Okay, they're getting started on the second day here. He's already shot the level. They're going to go ahead and mark these poles and cut them off at the top. Okay, they've got all the poles cut off and the notches cut in. So they're going to put the top boards in up there, tie those poles together, get all those done, and they'll start putting those trusses on. It's supposed to be cloudy again today and tomorrow. Winter just doesn't want to turn loose. It's not that cold, but winter's going to hang on. Right now there's only 2 of them working. Help is so hard to find and get. When he gets to a point when he knows how long he wants them, we're going to do some of this board and batten along the top edge, maybe the front and the back of the motorhome barn, pole barn. And so when he knows the length he wants these boards for that, I'm going to go ahead and set up the saw and start churning them out. And we've got some scrap pieces from before that we should be able to cut and salvage, save some lumber. And I've got some that we've already culled. Well, I've already culled, but I'll have to figure out which ones I've culled and some of them I went on and rated as, premium, but I've culled. So I think this top layer is culls, and so I should be able to cut a 3-foot piece out of that and get those and use up a bunch of the culls on the motorhome. Okay, well, I'm going to have all this stuff pulled out and ready for when he tells me what length he wants, and I'll get started on this. And in the process of moving this around, this has been sitting here a 1.5 years. We put it all up on pressure treat, so it should be fine. But I am being rather noisy and watching very carefully for black widows, brown recluse, copperheads, rattlesnakes, what other venomous creature could be lurking in here. And for people who don't mess with wood much, this is rough sawn pine. You may get anything from 5/8 up to 7/8 thickness. And width, you may get anything from 11 1/4 to, well, that one's 11 1/4 too, but you may get anything down from 9 7/8, 10 inches up to 11 1/2. So when you're using rough sawn pine, take that into consideration. And we'll be using these 1x3s, which are, of course, not 3 inches. They're only 2 1/2. We'll be using these 1x3s for the battens. We should be able to use up a lot of scrap on this. And depending on what she wants to do, we may close in that back end and part of this side over here. I just don't know yet. We'll see what she wants to do. Whatever she wants to do is what we'll do. Okay, they've got that right outside wall Ready for the trusses. They're getting this inside wall ready for them. Got to do the joist for the shed roof over here. He'll give me a length on the boards he needs coming across, and I'll start cutting them. I'll go ahead and send the drone up and get a drone video. Hard to see with all the stuff up there, but the first truss is up. He's got a specialty scaffold that he's made, and he's got it strapped onto the forks on his lift, so it's not gonna, it can't fall off. It's all strapped on and chain secure. So they should have all the trusses on this afternoon, and see how far we get along today. March 27th, end of the second day. We got the trusses on. Got them braced. I think the tin's coming tomorrow. The metal roofing's coming tomorrow. And that should be on. I think they're going to frame this shed roof in the morning. Double 2x8s notched. .14 feet tall. Got to measure that. That looks like it's more than 14 feet, but I think it'd be 14 there. Out here, I think there's about a foot drop. This out here ought to be about 15, I think. We're going to send the drone up though and get a look at that. And like I say, you got this special scaffolding that he has set up. It lifts up the trusses, and his workers work on them from up there. And like I said, you got it strapped in so it can't come off the forks. So the main body is 20 feet wide, 12 feet wide, 40 feet deep.